warm welcome to the Innovations for Tomorrow Award by hessnatur. In just a few minutes, you'll have the opportunity to witness the grand finale live. You'll meet 5 female founders who will be pitching here to demonstrate how their companies can make the fashion industry better. For the second time, hessnatur has been searching for startups that are committed to a more sustainable fashion industry. Because let's face it, the fashion industry is the second most polluting in the world. And that can really take away the joy of shopping, isn't it? There was only one condition for the selection process. There had to be a woman in the founding team. And now you might wonder, is that unfair? Can't men build sustainable businesses? Do they prefer women over men? Well, it's important to know that women are still greatly underrepresented in the startup scene, especially in Germany. Only 1 out of 5 founders is a woman. That's why hessnatur wants to make female founders visible. And personally, I believe that such role models also help inspire more girls and women to embark on their journeys. And let me tell you this. Some truly amazing founders have been discovered. But before we move on to our founders, let me briefly introduce our jury. A carefully selected group of women has come together, and each of them brings crucial expertise in the fields of innovation, fashion, diversity, and sustainability. I now call each of you, and I want you to stand up and raise your hand to show who you are. So first is Andrea Hohmann, co-CEO of hessnatur. Thank you. Christine Heckmann-Kiporus, the Chief Sustainability Impact Officer at hessnatur. Diana zu Löwen, who is content creator, founder of Relationship and Raw Ventures, and a business angel. Ina Budde, co-founder and CEO of Circular Fashion. Nina Pütz, CEO of RatePay. And Julia Roblick, investor at Better Ventures, who is standing in for Better Ventures founder Tina Dreimann today. Thank you all for your dedication. I've heard that you have already accomplished a tremendously hard task by selecting the top 5 founders from numerous applications. Well, it's about to get even more challenging. And that leads me to our founders. But first, let me express our gratitude. Thank you for all the fantastic applications. Because here's the thing, with every great idea for a more sustainable fashion industry, large corporations are also challenged to do more for biodiversity and better working conditions. Every effort is worth it. And now let's talk about the rules. There are 5 female founders in the final. Each of you will have 2 minutes, and I mean only 2 minutes, to pitch your idea. After each pitch, the jury and I will have the opportunity to ask questions. And immediately after that, the jury will make the decision and allocate points in a secret ballot. And these are the criteria. How significant is the problem? How innovative is the startup? How convincing is the founder? What are the market opportunities for the idea? Can the company become truly successful? Does the business model impress? And what is the impact potential? In the end, there will be 3 winners, and each of them will receive a cash prize, access to an excellent expert network, and coaching. So no pressure at all, right? Are you ready? Then there's one final rule for you, audience. So when the founders come up on stage, I want each and every one of them to be greeted with an encouraging applause. The second applause, however, must be earned by them. Yes, then I'll hand over to the founder of Fashion for Biodiversity. Please join me in welcoming Katja Filippenko. Are you ready? Then we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, and thank you so much for this warm welcome. Last year at GreenTech Festival, I met my co-founders, great experts from space tech, from agriculture and fashion. And together we decided to transform fashion industry when it comes to biodiversity. But why is this so important? Because fashion is responsible for a huge loss of biodiversity, not only by chopping down trees to produce viscose, but still using lots of pesticides in order to have tons and millions of cotton. We have so many regulations in place, but unfortunately, they just don't work. Why? Because the auditing system is still very manual, it's outdated, and the certifications have, unfortunately, a lot of fake claims. Why? Because we have self-assessment, and then we have manual auditing, and we don't use the technology that is available out there. What we developed is triangular auditing using space technology, IT devices, and drones to get a complete, holistic overview from farm to fashion. We can say directly what's happening on the ground. We helped Trussardi to find the origin of their raw materials, to find these great guys, to help these great guys to get organic certification, to improve not only their income, but actually the impact on biodiversity. You're welcome to scan this QR code and to see directly how the whole product journey looks like and how we can improve every step of the way the biodiversity. Because in order to create something really beautiful in fashion, the whole product journey has to be beautiful. So we can preserve and improve using the best technology out there together. Together we can change. Thank you so much.
Katja, that was on the spot. Now I turn to the jury. Do you have any questions for Katja?
Yeah.
Yes, there's one.
Thank you so much. Very impressive pitch. Your system will revolutionize the auditing and certification system. How will you integrate in the existing system and make sure to take this industry on your journey? And what's your vision for the future there?
So the future is that everyone will be able to scan a QR code of every a piece of fashion and showcase how the project journey looks like. We can work with other great companies as Sustify, for example, to complete the whole loopholes in the supply chain. We can use the technologies and the startups that are out there in order, for example, to measure the water pollution. That's why I'm so happy that Wasser 3.0 is also here, because that's the way forward. We want to integrate, building synergies. That's our approach.
Thank you.
Is there another question? Yes, we have time.
I would have one as well. Thanks so much for your little pitch. Crazy that you have come up with such a scalable business model. I'm a bit interested in the area of the biodiversity data, because it's a rather new trend that's coming up. So I was wondering, who's the main target group you're addressing, and is there already a willingness to pay for biodiversity data?
Yes. So on the one hand, we have over 100 LOIs from farmers who want to use our technology and who also really want to transform to regenerative agriculture with our help. On the other hand, data is right now very important for impact investing. So we need to know truly and without any fake claims what the impact is on biodiversity when we introduce new technologies. And then also we have about 12 LOIs from fashion brands who are now actually willing to test our technology, to have our traceability, the supply chain. And please welcome, I would really love hessnatur to participate. I have the agreements ready, just sign after the pitch.
Greatly delivered. Okay, then thank you so much. I release you from stage.
Thank you so much.
And next, please join me in welcoming the founder of Wasser 3.0, Katrin Schuhen. The stage is yours. One.
Microplastics, a global environmental problem affecting biodiversity, climate change, and human health. All stakeholders are involved, but we do not have a detection method yet. We do not have coherency in data. We do not have regulations and laws. Technology, state of the art, is not ready to move or to give the whole problem the solution. The industries are not in the focus as hotspots yet, and there's a lot of uncertainty in the society dealing with this issue. But the solution is a microplastic footprint. Besides CO2, microplastics plays a certain role because every product has a microplastic footprint in every single step. So if you remove microplastics in your processes with building a sustainable process, this will lead to a really sustainable product in the end. My name is Dr. Katrin Schuhen. I'm the Inventor, founder and CEO of Wasser 3.0, and this is my team. And we detect, remove, and reuse microplastics from wastewater in industries and in wastewater treatment plants. First, we know about the solution. We know about the pollution. Then we put everything into our reactor, where we clump and skim the materials to form larger agglomerates. We use a hybrid silica gel, a magic glue, which clumps the particles together. They can easily separate. And finally, and in the end, what you get out is a completely sustainable process, building circular economy, leading to a water reuse, leading to microplastics removal up to 95% and higher, and you have a waste as a resource concept. This is circular economy as it bets, and from the business model, you have 2 years ROI. For you, the runway is, for what is without microplastics, you need feasibility studies, go far beyond CO2, go to sustainable upgrades, because social business and social challenges need responsible solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Katrin. Now I'll take the jury. Are there any questions? There is one.
So if I'm running a water plant or something, how do I get to work with you? How do I reach you? So question to you is, how do you reach the world with your idea?
Normally, the industries and the wastewater treatment plant come to us because we are in the field of the detection. And when they know about, we have a microplastic issue in our waters and we want to circular water, they come to us because we take the complexity. We know about the pollution, we know about the solution. And we do not only point the pollution and say, this is your problem, we put it into a solution concept. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And how difficult is the installation?
The installation is so simple because we have a rental model and we go on site and we showcase our solutions directly in the industries. Because then when you see how easy it is to bring a reactor there, to have a hybrid silica gel, which is only a small bottle, you steer, you clump and skim, you separate. This is easy and straightforward. The whole process takes 5 minutes. And then you have microplastics-free water, which you can directly use for your processes. So no water loss.
Any follow-up question?
And you said something, ROI 2 years.
This ROI 2 years means that you have a waste as a resource concept. You use the microplastics agglomerates to build new products. So we use it for construction materials. Therefore, the concrete industry has a less CO2 footprint, which is immense. And the industry who removes microplastics from the processes get out money because they sell the waste.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll release you from stage now. And next, please join me in welcoming the founder of Sustify, Sonja Westphal. The stage is yours. Oh.
Yeah, I was working as an auditor for SA 8000. That's one of the strictest social standards. And I was traveling in Asia and I've seen a lot of factories. And the point is that I actually looked at the certificates, the audits, and it looked perfect. And then I walked around, and it looked totally different. So that was quite, it was terrible sometimes to see that. And my thought was, okay, what can we do beyond auditing, beyond control? And well, one thing is education. And I checked all the solutions, but they were only for one market, the Western market, in an office environment, and not at all actually suitable for production. So there was only one solution. I needed to found Sustify. I had to read a little bit. And and our solution is actually to give training to the workers, and it's especially for the workers, because many say like, oh yeah, they're all trained, but the management is trained. So that's 2,000 people, and 20 out of them are trained. So we focus on workers, and we developed a sort of non-e-learning. So that means we actually focus on the most important non-compliance issues in form of micro-learning. We actually developed an algorithm of learning and spacing and repetition, and we are inclusive. We included audio, so even functional illiterate people can use it. And we do it actually on mobile devices, and we had not much time left, okay. And everything is actually traceable. It's visual, and you can actually see what everybody does. So you can actually prove what is done in the factories. And that's why we want to work with hessnatur and vote for all of us.
Thank you, Sonja. A very important topic. I'll check the jury. Any question?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, thank you very much. So in how many languages is the tool available already?
We have done 13 up to now, and the language is, to be honest, not the biggest challenge. That's fairly easily to be done, but we have different cultural versions as well. So we have 3 cultural versions as well.
And how do you distribute your product? I can imagine it's maybe not that easy to get it to the workers because the management may be against it.
Yeah, the first step is always that the brand is actually choosing certain suppliers. Often it's risk-based. You choose certain factories, or they are strategic partners. And then that means that the factory is already willing to do more, And then we do that together. We have people in the countries as well. It's not necessary, but sometimes it helps, even, to explain that tablets need to be loaded overnight and stuff like this. We do it mainly on tablets because the smartphone rate in some of the countries is still too low. And as we want to be inclusive, we don't want to exclude somebody who doesn't own a smartphone.
All questions resolved? One more?
Okay, yeah.
Just a very short one. So how do you make sure that the training steps are actually getting implemented in the factory? Maybe you can just say 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah, there's a magic trick because we have a KPI dashboard and it's live monitoring. And that helps because we see who logged in, how many logged in. And if there is a problem, we just take a screenshot of the KPI dashboard and send it to the management, and that helps. But it works really well. They know that from the beginning that this is seen anonymously, of course, but it's seen. And I must say, in comparison to European countries, the Asian countries, the quote was even higher. So once they decide to work together, it gets done.
Okay, thank you, Sonja. You did it. Our next founder has brought some reinforcements. Please welcome Sema Gedik and Anna Spindendreyer, representing Auf Augenhoehe. Are you ready? The stage is yours in 3, 2, 1.
Have you ever wondered how it feels like to be left out without any clothing option that truly fits or represents you?
Nowadays, it looks like that everybody claims to be diverse, but how inclusive are they really? I am Sema, I'm the founder of Augenhoehe.
I'm Anna, a photographer at Auf Augenhöhe.
I have a cousin, she's a person of short stature, and she lives in Turkey. When we visited our family in Turkey, I always saw how frustrating it was to find clothes that fit directly. Did you know that over 1 billion people over the world are living with any kind of disability? The fashion industry overlooks and ignores people with disabilities, doesn't find solutions, and fails in representing disabled people in campaignings, for example. Our solution: the worldwide first size chart system for people with dwarfism. We start with people with dwarfism, but we won't stop here because our mission is to create a fully inclusive fashion society.
We are not only developing inclusive products, we also create diverse and inclusive marketing campaigns. That's why our team is diverse in front and behind the camera, because it's very important that we all expert with lived experience. Now we need support. Yes. Not only to expand our product line, but also to create accessible website, accessible online shops, and efficient online marketing. So we are seeking for investors and collaboration partners.
Are you ready? Then join our vision and let's create the fashion industry inclusive together.
Thank you. Dear jury, any questions to Auf Augenhöhe? Andrea.
Thank you very much. One question, maybe you can explain a little bit more, who is your target group, or how does your business model work? Do you sell the sizing system and reproduce the fashion then, or how does it work?
So currently we don't sell yet our sizing system because this is our groundwork and this is our USP. But we are selling worldwide, and we are so proud to say that we have so far 0% return rate. But we gained so much know-how and skill regarding to accessible, inclusive fashion. Not only, as I said, we start with people of short stature because this topic was really close to us. But during the last 10 years, we also measured people who are using wheelchair, blind people. We were talking to them to really understand how we can make fashion industry more accessible. So one solution is to create our own products and grow independently. And the other solution, what we want to do in our business model, to collaborate with industry experts like hessnatur to create together a more inclusive product line, but also to bring awareness in the team, to find together how to make campaigns together. Like we grow more and more to a consultancy, like B2B company, but also a B2C to grow independently still and grow Auf Augenhöhe.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other question? Yes.
Yeah, one question about the scalability and the opportunities of the market, maybe.
Yeah, thank you very much for this important question, because the market about accessible fashion is growing. It's 400 billion euro by 2026. So I think it's super important for the industry, for the experts, for everybody to go to the market now and to create a more accessible and inclusive fashion. So 400 billion euro by 2026, it's a number, right?
And the core USP, if you pick one now, is, because I heard one is the culture that you build. This is very different. And is this the calculator where everyone hands in the size, puts in the measurements? What's the key differentiator?
So this is also really good because a good question because currently, for example, smart solutions like fit finders or size finders, they are also have the algorithm of the norm standard. So we created also our own software and our size finder to bring our data, which we gained in the last 10 years, into and to get to make a more accessible and inclusive size finder software, which we created. So now we want to also talk together with the industry who are using the size finder, how they can make also their product line and their targeting room who are shopping with you, that they also find their sizes. Is it what how I could understand?
Yeah, you've answered. Can I ask one more?
Yeah.
And then, to what extent are you today in a position to actually go out and produce a collection?
So we are producing our own collection, but so far, sadly, only for people of short stature. But as I said, we have so much know-how and skill, but we need investors, we need collaboration partners that we can really grow and bring our, I say always, we have like a vitrine with a lot of know-how and skill, but we don't bring it to the market because we so far didn't have the financial opportunity. But this must change because, as it is also, I mean, we also say when you are sustainable, you must be also inclusive. You can't forget inclusivity when you are just looking for sustainability. Oh my God.
Super. Yes, well maybe we find someone to help you with this. Thank you. Okay. Yes, our fifth founder is unfortunately unable to join us today. However, we've recorded her presentation, and here's the pitch by Paloma, Schackert, and Karen Pibes for Ethical Apparel Africa. Dear production team, please start the clip.
Hi, I'm Karen, and along with Paloma, we co-founded Ethical Apparel Africa in 2015. I've worked in the garment industry for over 25 years in both Asia and Africa, and I've seen firsthand how this industry can create jobs, but how those jobs can exploit people and how the industry can harm the planet. This industry is also the largest employer of women globally, but it's dominated by male ownership and male management. However, change is happening. Due to price and lead time, companies are moving from Asia to Africa, which represents an opportunity to get it right from the start and create quality, empowering jobs.
How are we getting it right from the start? We're daring to innovate. With partners like the Levi's Foundation, we're investing in a learning lab approach to move the needle on workforce well-being, figuring out how we can engage, inspire, motivate, and connect with our workers. We're also leveraging technology to leapfrog and build efficiency into our processes from day one. This allows us to deliver highly cost-competitive product to major brands. Secondly, we're investing in people, ensuring our workers are respected, empowered, and paid living wages. So far, we've created over 1,000 quality jobs, mostly for women. And finally, we're building model factories and opening those up for others to learn from. We're currently the largest solar-powered garment factory in West Africa.
Our theory of change is rooted in our belief of a virtuous cycle, not a race to the bottom. Investing in workers in a way that makes sense for their lives and their communities is the right thing to do, but it's also great for business. So how do we do that? We have 3 pillars. We want to do fair compensation, which we believe is living wages, impact programs such as healthcare provision and education, and also how to measure those intangibles, how to make sure that workers feel they have a role and a voice in shaping the future of the company.
We measure how we're doing by asking workers themselves. We've come a long way, and we're very proud of the fact that 94% of workers are proud to come to work every day. As 2 female founders, we're driven to empower women at every level of our company and the industry. We aim to create a model for gender equity that can inspire the industry, creating quality jobs for women, but going beyond this to support them to grow in their careers. Currently, 50% of our local managers are women, and we aim to increase that to 75%.
So in closing, what do we want to see? By creating a new model of manufacturing in the industry's next big hub, we can inspire the growth of an industry that's both competitive and ethical. Thank you very much.
And we also asked them a question beforehand. The question was, what's the biggest innovation in your approach?
Thanks for the question. In our view, the biggest innovation has been our learning lab approach. This has allowed us to create a holistic model for ethical manufacturing and welcome other factories and institutions to learn.
A connection problem? Do you want to start from the beginning?
Question. In our view, the biggest innovation has been our learning lab approach. This has allowed us to create a holistic model for ethical manufacturing and welcome other factories and institutions to learn, develop, and assimilate best practice into their own organizations. There's 4 key areas that have driven this approach. Firstly, we're completely transparent and open book to the wider industry. We've hosted 9 factories, 2 colleges, 2 industry associations to come and learn from our systems and tools. We're also completely transparent with our clients, including the way we share open costings. Secondly, we take risks and stretch to adopt technical innovations. In a new manufacturing hub, most people would just do things like basic t-shirts, but we've done high value add, complex product, which means new machinery, digital technology, and upskilling.
Thirdly, we're leading the way by adopting and creating West Africa's largest green factory for garments. All of our energy comes from solar, all of our machinery is energy efficient, and we've developed a waste management and recycling system. And lastly, we're investing ahead of profit in workforce well-being. We believe in that virtuous cycle that you saw in our theory of change, and we're implementing education, health, career ladder, and multi-skilling programs along those lines. We're then partnering with external stakeholders like the UN and Levi Strauss foundations to measure and share our outcomes. Our learning lab approach overall means that our innovations go beyond our factory alone. We're working to inspire an entire industry ecosystem to attract volume orders, build green factories, and create ethical, high-quality jobs. Thanks.
Thanks to Paloma and Karen. What a pity that they can't be here with us today. And now we just need a little patience while the votes are being counted. I'd like to welcome on stage Dennis Niederhagen. Dennis, come on over.
Hey guys.
Dennis, you're a founder specifically of Digital Valley 2. Can you briefly tell us what you do?
Yeah, sure, thank you. So, as people always say, Silicon Valley can't be everywhere. Well, but lucky us, Digital Valley can. So, and that in a nutshell is basically what we're trying to provide here, because there is plenty of local ecosystems, and yet there's not such a thing like a digital ecosystem. And we think in 2023 it's about time to have a connection across all these local ecosystems so that all the bright minds really can work together on all the problems we want to solve, because you only can do it in a collaborative way and not all one by one.
Yeah, very interesting. And you're here with us because you're providing a prize to the 3 winners. What can they expect?
Yeah, we're super pumped because hessnatur and us, we're working for the 2nd year already, and we are happy to support and let's say coach a little bit. But there's no need for coaching, right? Because the pitches were great, but just to support the founders. And so we are super happy to do that after the award and for the weeks to come. Yeah.
I'd really like to participate too.
Yeah, sure.
Having reported on the startup scene for several years, I observed that kind of a crucial skill for founders is like to connect with the right people and to do some networking and so on. And I think that GreenTech Festival is an excellent opportunity for that. Maybe you can share with us your best tip to do networking.
Yeah, first use Digital Valley as well. But if you're on a local ecosystem or local networking event, I try to do 3 things, like be prepared, so know what you're looking for, know who you want to talk to. If you want to talk to someone, go to them, bring something to the table, like be informative, tell them something they most probably don't know about you or the ecosystem or the industry you're working in. And the most important thing is always, don't be afraid to ask. Right? Just ask what you want to ask, because people are sometimes too afraid to ask a question because they need help. And I'm doing that like 5 out of 7 days a week. I'm asking people for help. And that's really what's pushing ideas forward.
Okay. Sema, do you think that helps you? Yes?
We don't hear a word, but we hope it's good. What you're saying. But it was probably really good.
I just wanted to say that this is so important for entrepreneurs, for startups, for innovators, and people who have solutions to have a big network, and also coaches and mentors during the journey. And we had also a podcast with Digital Valley, and there I understood also how important the work it is, what you're doing and what you created. Thank you for that.
I see you're already connected. Very good. So do we have the, yes? Okay, then now the co-CEO of the GreenTech Festival is also with us now, Max Walsler. Wasler, right? Max Wasler, sorry. The stage is yours. Hi.
Thank you very much. Hi, good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, welcome. Thank you very much for coming. I mean, for us as a festival, it's amazing to see that so many, events are happening, and it's good for us because we want to be the platform, bringing like-minded people together and having such inspiration of all the founders here. I mean, I'm not a fashion pro, so I definitely need your experience and your feedback and your input for next year, because it's not yet 100% sustainable fashion, but hopefully then in the future, and together with hessnatur, having this together. So I'm very proud of you, and very good speeches, all of you, and also virtually. So thank you for being here, and looking forward to the winners. And also thanks for the jury being here, and yeah, great to have such events in our event.
Thank you.
If I might, just one more thing. I just spoke to Larissa if it's even possible, and she said yes, so I'm trusting on that. So actually, the coaching would only be for not all of the startups, but we just want to offer it to all of you. So if someone is interested to work with us as well, so we're happy to support. So thanks for giving it.
You. So it looks like we can proceed to the award. Please welcome here on stage again, representing hessnatur, Andrea Hohmann and Christine Heckmann-Kippros. And now I'll invite all the founders on stage, please. You've brought the certificates. Yes, please come to us. Thank you, all of you, Katrin, Katja. So we are not going in any particular order, so all three are equal winners. And the first of the winners of the Innovation for Tomorrow Award is Auf Augenhöhe. And the second winner is Fashion for Biodiversity. And our third winner is Wasser 3.0. And thank you very much for your participation to the founder of Sustify, Sonja Westphal. And we also have a certificate for the other two founders of Ethical Apparel Africa. Yeah, dear audience, thank you for being here with us. I would now like the jury to join us on stage, and to make all the winners look even more proud on our group photo, I kindly ask for another round of applause. It's been wonderful having you here, and I hope you have a fantastic day at GreenTech Festival. Thank you.